AH, can you hear me?
What is going on, everybody? Sorry about some of the technical difficulties we had there. The media file wasn't capturing, but you got some sick beats to listen to. Hopefully, you grabbed a drink, maybe a snack, because this is going to be a good one. Tonight, for HD Reach Game Over HD, we are doing a different style of stream. Tonight, we're going to be doing some storytelling. And I'm actually very, very fortunate to have my sister here with me tonight. Hailey, do you want to say hello? I thought you were just going to leave me hanging.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you get.
Yes, my sister's here with me tonight. We're going to be doing a little bit of storytelling. Um, the game plan here is to share your HD story, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And and hopefully we get a Fortnite dub at the same time.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
We haven't had the best luck, but we're gonna keep trying. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. I really hope y'all enjoy this one. Before we jump into the game, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and dive right in if you're comfortable.
Yep,
You good? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. So, just as a little bit of how about this is your story. This is your story, your perspective. We are siblings. We're less than 2 years apart in age. So I'm sure we have a lot of similar perspectives, but I'm sure we have a lot of different perspectives too. Um,
Mhm.
do you want to just give a little bit of a backdrop to your story, how we're connected with HD, um, whatever you're comfortable sharing?
Yeah, I guess to start it off, our dad had Huntington's disease. And he, let's see, got it back in how young were we? We were like 8 to 10 years old probably when our dad started showing symptoms. And it was the first time we had like experienced it, even though I believe his mom had it. Um, we just were never around her as children, so we never saw it or knew about it. But uh, so it was really interesting to be that young and see a parent, change drastically, go from being the one taking care of you to being the one taking care of your parent. Um, and it's really hard because, you feel like, I know personally, I feel like I missed out on certain parts of what a dad role model or like a dad would normally be. And so that was tough to experience and go through.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, when you talked about us being like 8 to 10 years old, when do you remember how you first learned about it? Like being in our family, or like, what's your? I feel like that's a hard question because like different things stick with different people. But what is your first memory of Huntington's, and could you at the time were you able to conceptualize it? Like, did it register with you, or what was that like?
yeah. I, it's strange. going through it, I feel like I've blocked out a lot of a lot of my childhood. Like it's hard to remember things or it's hard for me to look back on certain situations or times in my life and know exactly what occurred. So with HD, I know our parents were very like upfront with us and forward about it, about what it was, about the risk for us. Um, and I know when I started learning about it, I jumped right in. I did all the research that I could, looking up all the things, all the websites, reading all the news stuff for clinical trials and things like that that were around at the time. And so
You
it just kind of like became a big part of my life of trying to look into all of that.
did you find anything that was not beneficial at the time, or like maybe like information that you look back on that was not the most accurate information?
There was definitely, I think I can't remember what the like one big clinical trial thing that was happening at that time was, but I remember that it ended up not getting good news, I believe, and that was hard to be like, oh, this one thing that we all had hope for is not going to work out. And that was hard because it felt like the only thing that was out there and potentially could be helpful. Um, there was also, learning about the risks that I had. I feel like it like really put a strain on like my mental health of like what dad was going through, what we were having to see and handle as children, and what my future could hold. And so it was really mentally straining on myself.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely resonate with that a lot. And the concept of like handling big task at a young age definitely made me feel like I grew up
I
pretty fast.
remember, yeah, I remember always being told that like, oh, you're so mature for your age, and it's like I really didn't feel like I had any other
Thanks. HD is in
choice.
my family.
Like,
Yeah.
uh-oh, I just fell off the tower.
Is there somebody near you? I just downed someone.
No, I just fell off the tower on my own. But yeah, it was like, well, I had no other choice. Like, here's this thing that's in our lives and we have to deal with and handle, and there's no time to be a child. Oh, there is a guy running towards you.
Bots. Bots.
If only you could save me from myself.
Unfortunately, I cannot do that. Oh. Erica said, "What an iconic line."
I know.
Here, you need this more than I do.
Oh, that just like hit me straight in the forehead.
Why won't it let me move any of my weapons over?
I had that problem once and I had to use my keyboard to move it.
Whatever.
I don't know why it was like glitching like that, but
Just play with it as it is. Oh, what? Okay, now it's working. Strange. Shotgun up top in this building if you need it.
hey.
I feel like you were sort of going down this route, but this is a big and broad question. So don't feel like you have to answer every single facet of this, but how did HD impact your childhood?
Oh, good one. Um, you know, Lots of ways. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure anybody would
um,
agree.
I guess starting off, it was like, I'd go anytime visiting our father, it would be like, oh, he needs to go to the store, or needs to do this and that, and it became really challenging of like, one, you really learn how stubborn people can be. You'd be like, hey, get out of the car here, sit here, let me park the car, and I'll be right back. And by the time you get back, they're gone. They have started moving into the store. You are chasing
Right?
down a man who's
Oh my gosh.
stumbling. And then people would stare at you, and you're like, gosh, do these people think that like my dad is drunk? Do they think that like, he's a bad role model or something? Or what are these people like? What is going through their heads? Why are they always staring? Um, and
Y-
so that was like one of the first things that was kind of hard of like everyone's looking at us. Oh God, why is this happening? Um, but as time went on, I kind of got used to it and just kind of like if someone stared too much, I would just walk over and be like, "He has Huntington's disease. Look it up." Um,
Yeah.
but it was like learning how to not only handle what was going on personally, but how other people were going to perceive you, or with like thinking about future things too. Oh, I did not mean to shoot. Um, it was very much like there were many things that like big milestones that I was like worried he was going to miss out on.
Mm.
Um, very fortunate that he was able to attend high school, college graduation. Um, Unfortunately, he's like, not going to be there for my marriage, for my wedding. So that's like sad, but um, it was something that I always knew would happen. It was just strange that like I wasn't going to get that thing that everyone gets. Um, it might seem small having like your dad walk you down the aisle, but it was like this dream of mine that I knew was going to be a tough one to get to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those are definitely situations that we have to face, and lots of other people don't have to face. And that can be just that concept alone can be really tough. Chaotic said, "People are so quick to judge without understanding." Unfortunately, um, personally, I'm very proud of how my sister and I would navigate those situations and try and at the time we definitely were not old enough or knowledgeable enough to really grasp like advocacy and education, um, but we definitely were defending our dad. I mean, I view it that way, don't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, do you remember that time that we were in a restaurant and the police got called?
No.
Yeah, we were literally sitting down and having, I don't know, lunch, dinner, um, and I I look over and a police car pulls up out front, and of course they walk in and they start talking to the person that called, and then they come over to our table and or I believe they made like eye contact with me, and I stepped outside with them and had to explain the situation, and like that was one of the instances that um, that changed. Like every time we go out, you have to now wear a shirt that says, "No, officer, I'm not drunk. I have Huntington's disease."
Yeah, there was a point in high school when we had to do like senior projects, And so what I ended up doing mine on was about raising awareness for Huntington's disease. So I actually gave like a presentation to some people and did a fundraiser. Um, and so it was like a nice way to be able to raise awareness for it. But um, I definitely was more comfortable and confident about that thing by the time I was a senior in high school than when things were first happening.
That's impressive because I definitely was not comfortable up until like last year. um, how did Huntington's disease impact your relationship with dad or other family members?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, anyone who has a family member who's gone through all the stages of Huntington's knows kind of like um what to expect and like how they can change over time and stuff. And so it was really difficult because again, with him getting it with us so young, like it's hard to remember a dad without it, which is hard. Um,
Yeah,
but also,
I definitely find myself a lot of the time sort of wishing that I knew him more without Huntington's disease
hmm
because I feel like so much of our childhood was like the concept of like this isn't my dad. This is my dad with Huntington's.
hmm like it just feels like it was robbed from us. Like they just took being able to experience our dad's personality and who he was before it.
Come on, you're going straight
Hang on, focused. Where
in.
is he?
Pause.
Oh, there he is. Oh god. Hey!
Damn.
Crushed it.
Save my ass. Typical. I was trying to get behind that tree and you blocked me, so I did die because
Sure,
I got shot
sure.
because I couldn't get past you.
Blame me. Take responsibility for your own actions.
You're the one that started shooting at them. We weren't
What
even
do you?
looking at
They
us.
were right there. They weren't even looking at us. They could have peeked right over the hill, and there we
Oh,
were.
that's what he hit me with. He had the little AR. I was wondering. He shot me like 3 times. Oh wait, here. I
Oh,
got
he
it.
also has it.
Campfire.
Hey.
Um. Anyway, back to the
All right,
story.
what were we talking about?
um, we were talking about how dad being impacted with us being at such a young age. We didn't feel like we really got to know who he was.
Yes. Wow, I thought I would only drink a piece of that. I didn't realize I was gonna drink all of it. Yeah, so that was, you know, we hear stories from like our mom or anybody else who knew our dad before, and you know, he sounds like he was just this fun-loving guy, but it's hard not getting to experience all of who he truly was, ourselves.
Yeah, that part is, and I definitely mean is, still really tough. Especially when somebody's there physically for so long. Like somebody's a part of your life for such a long time, but you never really feel like you know who they are. I'm following you. I've been getting
Yeah.
myself in trouble.
Following me? I don't know where to go. I was kind of waiting on the storm to close and then figure it out from there. There we go. This way. Oh, this way. Yeah, and then like, uh, when he started losing like his ability to really talk and have conversations, it was really hard to like visit and stuff because it was just kind of like, what do I say? What do I tell him? What do I, how do I interact with him? Um, and like it also became hard of like, you know, is this, am I looking at my future? Like it was so many things at once when visiting, but I tried to always make sure that if I went and saw him, that I would just update him on like what was going on in life, show him photos of, the house I bought or the dog I got, or
Yeah,
just show him things to be
relationships, and
like,
definitely lots of one-sided conversations.
oh yes. A lot of TV watching, I would just sit in a chair next to him and watch whatever he was watching on TV and
Hmm.
just, hope that he knew I was there hanging out.
Enjoy the company. Um, do you have any? I know one. I know one like big milestone as far as like realizing, um, realizing that there were lots of changes happening in him. One of the bigger milestones for me was circle. Um, was I don't remember what year it was, but he used to always call me on my birthday, and then the year that he forgot, that was a big milestone for me as far as like, okay, this is getting real, like this is impacting him in a larger way than what I can see physically.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they? I think there's people there, but I know there's people there.
Somewhere in the town?
We need to go down and around.
Yeah, I would say when like we were still living with him at home, it was like really hard to see some of the changes. And then once he was kind of in a nursing home and like my visits started becoming further apart, especially with like school, being away at college and stuff. When anytime you would come back and visit, it just felt like a lot had changed.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. Um, was we got a question here. How do you support someone who does not communicate much back to you? I think for me, the answer is the best you can. Like whatever, people talk a lot about like filling your cup, and I think um, when somebody can't communicate back to you, that it's most important that like you feel like your cup's full, like whatever that is for you, whether that's like going and sitting and doing a puzzle and just like being around them, or like showing them pictures of what's going on in your life or where you've been, and talking about your friendships and your adventures, and just sort of sharing stories. And then as far as like support goes, I think it comes from like a place of oh shit, I'm getting looked at. Back up.
it's okay, they can't aim like me. Oh, never mind, they found their aim.
Put down a launch pad. Shit, there's people over here. We gotta go.
Go. Lead the way.
Oh, we're going right to him. That's not good. Come around
Oh,
the mountain.
God.
Go around the mountain.
Oh, gosh.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Ooh! Stay under the trees. They're in the trees. As far as like support goes, yeah, thanks, Hailey. As far as support goes, I think it goes back to like advocacy and like being their voice, and if something doesn't seem right, like speaking up about that and sharing how you feel, and like talking about what you want for them, and I don't like being here, by the way. Oh shit, I didn't know it was going.
Nice.
I was just about to shoot.
Oh, there's a person right there in the street.
I keep falling off. I'm trying to snipe him.
They're fighting. One's in the street. Oh, he just ran in the front. And one's up the stairs in that building. Hey, we're still in circle.
Perfect. Don't.
You like that hide and place better?
Oh shit, they're up above us, behind.
Oh, nuts.
I shot one. I don't know if he knows where it came from though, so that's good.
Oh, I don't think he does.
I'm so scared right now. We're getting pinched. Chat, we're getting pinched. This is a
just set
fat
us up
pinch.
in the worst spot.
Shh, don't move.
There's still 5 teams.
5 teams in this circle?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They're all hiding in buildings.
9 people. So there's a single somewhere.
I wish I could build.
Thank God we can't.
I bet that single is the one on the roof.
The one you missed.
No. Yeah, the one I kept falling off. Oh, behind you. I think they see you.
Mm-hmm. Did they get closer?
Yeah, they did.
That's not good for me.
Oh, they might not see you. That's great.
I don't think
for
they
us.
see me.
Just chill down there.
What if he falls on top of me?
They're popping off right now. I wish I had grenades to throw at them.
I have rockets, but they'll know where it came from.
H, why are you so bad at this game? And Hailey is ultimate queen. Let's move on. Out here.
Hey, yo.
Clean thorns. Hell yeah.
Hey, I'm still in the circle. You're not.
Oh shit. This is not.
There's a garbage can down here I'm hiding behind. What was that?
I took a shot at him and I missed. He moved as soon as I shot.
I shot and I missed.
This guy's popping off at them though. With grenades.
Oh, 3 teams. Once they start fighting, we gotta shoot.
Come up here with me. Actually,
Okay.
stay down there. You've got circle.
Oh.
They have to go to you.
Are they still on the mountain or did they leave?
Coming down to you. Up above me. Oh! Get stinkied! Just hide. I don't think they know where you are. Just hide.
Here they come.
Behind you. Oh! Domed him, boy! Domed him! Right in the forehead! What are you doing coming down those stairs, son? Oh, check your corners! Oh, let's go, chat! First game dub. Oh, the chemistry. Ooh.
Crushed it.
Ooh. Oh, I am. I'm
Sweating?
maybe. Yeah. Return to lobby. Whew. Oh my gosh. Put that shot. That guy ran right into my barrel. That guy jumped right down in your forehead, and I said, behind you?
Yeah, luckily Finn did not see me.
That's awesome. I knew staying there, they would have no idea where you were. They would only be looking at me.
Crushed it.
Let's go. God, where were we? Get
We're talking about
into it.
support.
So, oh, yeah. I feel like we covered that pretty well.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you that the best way to support someone who can't really communicate is supporting them to other people, like people that care for them, you know, whatever they need or whatever decisions they um had made for themselves in their care, just making sure that you're speaking for them when they can't.
Mm-hmm. Being that voice for them. Hallie, there's no reason to bring anything up like that. That message was centuries ago. I figured we could see this one coming. She was talking about me being bad, you being a clean gamer.
I am the queen.
I am the queen.
Queen of Games. It is my title. I should just change my name from some unicorn to Queen of Games.
Yeah. She's the queen. I'm pretty sure I had more kills than you in that game, though.
Listen, let's not talk about it. I probably had more damage, you know.
Lies.
I did all the hard work.
All right.
Oh, did I mark that? I didn't mean to do it, but let's do it.
That's fine with me. Do you want to talk a little bit about your testing journey?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. There's still a lot about your testing journey that I don't know. And
There's a lot I don't even know. No, I'm kidding.
fair enough. No, that's perfect. I mean, that's exactly what we want to talk about. Like the things that we could have known, or should have known, or should have been told.
Oh my god, my Fortnite crashed.
You're joking. Guys, I'm about to bring you a solo dub. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna back out. I'm a hot chat. I'm gonna hot drop.
You're good. My game's gotta load back up, so.
And then I'm gonna end it so I can get. Fortnite was like, I'm out. I'm gonna land right on somebody. Where you at, buddy? Where you at, buddy? Budro?
There he is. Get him.
He closed the bathroom door on me. There's no guns here. Love that. Half pot. Still no guns. Love that. Where? Excuse me. Another half pot. Oh!
If you don't get this kill right now,
What are you talking about?
you're disowned from the family.
Julian! Let me know when you're back in.
Okay, it's loading.
I'm just gonna create.
I'm in.
As long as I can. Fortnite said, "You got a dub. You can do this without a partner, right?" He's seriously like you. Like, okay, let's see if you can really do this without her.
They just wanted to test you.
You just got downed.
Huh?
Somebody just shot you. Your character.
I'm not even in the game.
Your character is though.
I'm in the lobby.
They're throwing you around now. Very rude.
Not my dead body, no.
How rude.
I am both the brains and the brawn.
Aww. Well. You saw nothing? All I had was that shit ass burst gun.
Sure, blame the weapon.
That's all I had. Oh, she's
Okay.
definitely the brains.
And the brawn.
Okay. Okay, testing journey.
Yes.
That's
Before Fortnite shuts down again.
right.
So let's
Well,
see.
just
What?
just try and take me through it. Like, really get me through like start to finish ish.
Okay, well, long time ago.
In a
In a
galaxy?
galaxy far away. Um, no, it was so like finishing college, starting real life. There were many a days going back and forth of like, I want to get tested. No, I don't want to get tested. I want to get tested. No, I don't. And like weighing the pros and cons of both and what was the right decision for myself. And there were definitely plenty of times where I was like, I think I'm set on getting tested, and then I just didn't go through with it. And then uh well, my significant other, we were at a point in our relationship where we started talking about like engagement rings and things like that. And I was like, oh man, like this might actually happen. This is not something I had thought was going to happen before. Might actually happen. Oh no. My brain went into oh no mode. And it was like, I don't want to burden somebody. Like, yes, my partner knew the risks, knew of Huntington's, but my brain went into what can I do to like make sure this person is set up, set up for whatever the future is. And so I wasn't getting any pressure from like my partner, but I also wasn't like necessarily doing it for myself or anything. Like it wasn't me going, I have to know. It was just like I need to know so I can tell them and they can decide, what they want for their future. Whether they want to stick this through and we're going to get engaged and someday married, or whether this is too tough for them, or, now that it's like if it was positive, now it's like an actual thing that's going to happen, instead of being a possibility, it could turn into yep, this is real. And so that's kind of what persuaded me to end up getting tested. And I was nervous at first. I was like, oh no, like, I don't know. I said earlier that our Huntington's with our dad really messed with my mental health. So I was really worried about, like, if I get such and such results, what is that going to do to my mental health? How am I going to, like, respond to this? How am I going to function if I get, the bad news? But I feel like a lot of people if you go through this testing journey, go through that, like, stage of just expecting to hear bad news. Like, you're prepared for it. It's what you're expecting. I don't really know if anyone goes in expecting to hear a negative result necessarily. You just kind of, well, in my opinion, prepare for worst case scenario and then go from there. So I ended up going with the company, I think is called HD Genetics. And one of the reasons that I chose to test with them is because I could do it from home.
That's nice.
Yeah. I was really worried because with like your journey, I know it was like you had to travel to a different state, or and I was like, oh god, like, am I going to be able to do that? Do I have the time for it? If I need counseling, how am I going to squeeze that in? But I was able to do it all from home, so we would meet virtually before the actual test and talk about everything that we needed to talk about, and then
Oh, so you did meet and have conversations.
We did.
Did you have a
not
counselor?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
And then with the test, it was just they sent me a like test kit in the mail, and it was just me spitting into a tube. So
Are
like
you serious?
little old me who's afraid of needles didn't have to get poked by a needle.
That's really nice.
So I was like, this is very handy dandy. Um, so uh sent those and then, called me up saying, "Hey, we got your results." And I was like, "Oh yay." So it's always really fun because with testing, if you do the test, and then they call you and say they have your results, you don't have to hear the results at that point. If you have changed your mind and you're like, actually, I'd rather not know yet, that is okay, and they will do that for you. They will just hang on to them, which is super nice. Oh, but little me was like, no, I am ready. I'm ready to hear my results. Ow! My body. But the best thing for me in finding out my results was to be with my family. So I made sure I had my brother and my mom with me when I found my results because I was like, I want some kind of support system, but I also didn't want it to be my partner who doesn't, hasn't grown up around this, doesn't know a whole lot of what to expect because it was going to be a lot for me to hear, and I didn't want to also, have to figure out how to navigate it with someone else who may not know what's kind of going on. So lucky oh me ended up
Hailey
testing.
said no needles is a win.
It is a win. I love it. Little me can't do needles, so you told me it said spit in a tube, and I was like, I am there. Can you
What's
still
up,
hear me?
Rylan?
Did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
sometimes with the loading screens it'll like cut you out,
No.
or
I can still.
maybe
I
that's
heard
only in.
everything. Rylan
Okay.
just popped in and said much love and support for you and Hailey. Sorry
Hi,
for the late write
Rylan.
up.
You're in for the best part. Get this. I found out my test results and I came back positive. Oh no, there's an ad. Are they gonna hear me?
Oh no! Wait, is there an ad right now?
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to hold off until the
Wait a
ad
second.
passes. Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the suspense. No one knows.
No, it's people who have subscriptions. No,
Oh,
and they're still
they
good with
get
us.
the
But everyone else who does not have a subscription does not know.
ah. Oh, oh. Okay, someone said they can hear us now. Okay, the ad's gone.
All right,
Well,
Magnus.
oh, are you talking?
Me? No.
Oh, okay.
I
I
think
thought
we're
you were
good to go.
talking. So I get my test results back, and surprise, surprise, they are positive. Um, the day of finding out my results was really hard. It was like, yes, I went in preparing for this result, but also like, when you hear the news, you're like, oh shoot, this is reality. Like, this is real. Um, and so it was like a big shock at first. The company that I did it through did do like a call like a week later or something. They let me set up a date that they would call and see how I was doing. And surprisingly, I was doing fine. I was really prepared to downward spiral and not do well mentally, but I just kept doing my daily things. I was going to work, which fortunately for me, the job that I do is something I enjoy, which I think might have helped.
The coolest thing ever.
I just work with birds, in case you don't know.
You downplay
Um,
it so much.
there's a grenade. Um, but so I kept doing normal things. I didn't really have a shift in. There's a lot of people in that
Oh, there's
house.
so many people. There's 2 people in that house.
There was, yeah. So I didn't really have a change in how I was living my life or the way that I felt or anything. I was just now more trying to figure out how do I tell my partner this. How do I tell them that?
What was that like for you? Like, how was sharing that information with family, friends, loved ones?
It's been interesting.
Mixed reviews.
It's, you know, 'cause like for me, sharing it, I'm like, hey, I have this thing, and I try to be very lighthearted about it and be like, it is what it is, kind of vibes. But some people you tell, you know, they're gonna take it harder than others. So you have to kind of be prepared for however someone might take it, but also find different ways to communicate it. Because I feel like telling people in the family who were kind of expecting it, or you know, you and mom were there with me, but then like we have a younger brother who I had to tell, and I was like, how do I tell my younger brother that this is a thing?
He doesn't necessarily have a concept of Huntington's.
Right. He did not grow up around it and with our dad, because we are half siblings. But so it was like, how do I tell him that I have this thing? And unfortunately, it was on a family vacation just before we went to an education day. Because at the education day, I was gonna be telling people like, yeah, I'm positive, and didn't want him to have that first experience being that, hearing me tell other people. Oh my gosh, there's so many rockets. Oh, there is a man in the street. Hang on, he's almost dead.
Yep. We're getting pinned.
I don't know how to use these.
You're good. You're good. Come back my way. Come back my way. 2 people on me.
Maybe I can res you in the bush. Oh no.
No.
I hear footsteps.
They're gonna hear you.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know. They're gonna know. Oh, yeah, but like telling my family was pretty easy, except for telling my younger brother, since he didn't really have any experience with it. Telling friends has been interesting because, you know, I get to choose who and when to tell. And so I have told some people who are close to me, and then I tested back in 2023, and I just started kind of telling. I just started telling some of the like people that I'm close to at work and stuff, because where I am now in my life, I want to take steps to prepare for my future. So I was kind of giving them the heads up of like, I might have to go to doctor's appointments and things. But I felt open enough that I wanted to say, hey, here's this thing, because I found it really hard to have conversations with people and have real friendships with people with like not talking about that part.
I mean,
like if I tried to,
it's such a big part of our lives.
yeah, and like other people will tell you all kinds of stuff that they're going through or things, this and that, and it was like, you know, I was just so worried that somehow, some way, the wrong person or the wrong insurance or the wrong this or that would find out, and then I would end up in a tough situation. So I really kind of took some steps to make sure that I was preparing myself for worst case scenario before I started telling more people. But now that I'm more prepared, I, you know, want to be more open about things and my journey and what I have and what I'm going through. Excuse you, you're distracting me. But I would say it was probably the hardest to tell my partner, because it was like, how do I tell someone who doesn't have like a, like, yes, he told me, you know, he met our dad and got to see him. He told me that when I first told him about Huntington's, he did some research on it. But it's like, how do you tell someone who hasn't experienced it like firsthand for a majority of their life, you know? And how do you set them up for success with whatever the future holds, or set them up with support, a support system? So that's kind of what I'm trying to navigate now, of like, how do I set both of us up for success, or have both of us feel supported without like overwhelming.
Erica's asking, what steps did you take?
For which part?
I think she means like preparation, or like next steps, or like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I set up an appointment, or a phone call. Oh gosh, what was her title? Uh, blah, 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 blah. You might remember. It was somebody in the HD community that would help with like, oh god. You could ask them questions about future planning or insurance and stuff like that. I can't remember what her title was. But she's on one of the many HD websites. And so I had contacted her and set up an appointment to talk to her before I decided to like start telling coworkers and before I set up an appointment with a doctor, because my main concern was I had done my test in an anonymously, and so that means for anyone who doesn't know that the test I took, somebody just shot me. The test I took was not in my name, the results. And the reason that some people do this could have a lot to do with like insurance and things, or future planning. And so I had decided that the best option for me at the time was to get tested anonymously, but obviously with positive results. And if I'm wanting to prepare for my future, I need a test result in my name, so that I can get the proper treatment and care that I need. So I was trying to set up ways to get a test in my name. There's a Sabrina on me. And do it in a way that I wasn't gonna like mess myself up for the future. So I contacted this lady to be like, hey, here's the insurances that I have. Am I good? Do I need to find out other insurances? Is there any risk of like my work finding out? And there's laws in place that you can't discriminate, but am I, is there a risk of people finding out and then I'm in a situation where I'm getting fired, or let go and somehow, some way. So that was like my main concerns. I was like, I don't want anything to happen because I just like jumped the gun too fast or something.
Sure. Yeah, that's a fair concern.
So after speaking with her and then getting my test results, hopefully it'll work out because I got a thing that kind of is like a letter that attaches my name to my results. I have a doctor's appointment this week where I'm gonna go see a doctor because I need a referral to see a neurologist. So my plan is to talk with this doctor, take my results, and say, hey, does this work? Is this enough for you to say, yeah, you need to go see a neurologist? Here's the referral. Or is there more things that more steps I need to take? Or is there like, no, this letter doesn't work. You need results in your name. So that's kind of where I'm at with figuring out next steps for myself. I'm trying to get more involved in the community. I know I mentioned earlier that when our dad had it, I was like really looking into the research. I got really involved. I went to like a HD youth camp and everything. But after going off to college, it like, I fell off the bandwagon. Like I was not as involved in the community. I wasn't paying attention to what's out there, what like clinical trials are happening. But now that I have my positive result, I want to get more involved in the community. I want to, have this support place because all the people that I've met in this community are so kind and just fun people to be around. And, this support group is actually a major way to get involved, and it's a nice way to be involved. I like that it's like a chill environment. Like we come in, we play games, and it's like there's the potential that we'll talk about HD, but it's not like the thing that's on the docket every time we get together.
Yeah,
it's kind yeah. And so growing up, we went to a few what are they called? Now I'm blanking. Support groups, and they were very much like sit around a table, talk about your feelings and experience. And when we're like middle schoolers and high schoolers. It's really hard and weird. Or at least personally to me, I found it really hard and weird to talk about that to complete strangers and be like, huh, all of you guys are dealing with this thing. This is crazy. But with this group,
I agree. It was definitely tough, especially like the age differences and everybody being at different points with the disease, and I mean, I just felt sort of like I didn't have the experience, so I didn't even know what to talk about. I didn't even know what to talk about.
Yeah, and so I very much prefer this kind of vibe when it comes to support things of like people are here, but it's not like okay, when we meet at this time, I know we're gonna have to talk about this thing, so I need to be prepared to talk about this thing. It's like well, maybe we will. We'll see.
All about
Are you
meeting
just
where you're
carrying
at.
a man around?
Maybe. It's a safe space to converse if you need, but not to be forced. Yeah, exactly.
And especially with after I found out my results and not really, I wasn't really wanting to tell anyone in my personal life, like being able to come to this group and be like, hey guys, I tested positive for this thing that you are all know about, and you all know what, I'm gonna be expecting and dealing with in the future. It was just a very nice open place that I could do that and not feel like I was hiding a part of me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh.
Ooh, piece of candy. No.
What would you say your biggest hope is for the future?
Hope. A cure would be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, and this is where I'm still learning and things. I haven't been keeping up with clinical trials or medications and treatments, things like that are out there now. But every time I interact with somebody in the HD community, they always tell me, oh, well, there's this thing that you should look at, or there's this trial that you should look at. And it just feels like there's more out there now. Uh-oh. Can you still hear me, H?
Mm-hmm.
My stream, and I don't know if it's just mine, but my stream says there was a network error, and it might just be my network.
Maybe. Everything looks good on my end.
Okay, great. Somebody shot at me. What were we talking about?
Erica said,
Future.
yeah.
Hope. Dreams. Oh, I have an ad.
That was definitely a boss. They were walking on them like that.
I was gonna say they shot me a couple times, but didn't do any actual damage. Beats me. Oh, they had a gun. I'll take. Thank you.
Is the ad started yet? I don't wanna.
It's done. It just ended.
Oh, nice. Hopes. You were talking
Hopes.
about like clinical trials and stuff like that. Do you think you'll be
Yes.
do you think you'll be more on the lookout because of your gene status and like pursuing like having a doctor regularly or a neurologist?
Yes. So I am. Ooh, people. Oh my god, he's in a bush. Hang on, distracted. Now I am 25, and so our dad developed symptoms in his like early mid 30s. So I have a few years before I'm there, but I really wanted to get like a jump start on it, and get set up with like a doctor that I like and the right kind of care that I need, so that way whenever the time comes that I need to go, ooh, distracted. Oh god, there's a person right on top of me. But whenever I need to speak. Yes. No, my plan is to set up with doctors that I like, find the neurologist, go to them regularly, and so that way, whenever symptoms start or whenever changes start happening, then I'm kind of on top of it. But also to find out like what is out there that I could take to slow down the onset of symptoms, or whatever is out there that um, I could prepare better for, because I really would love to put this off as long as I can, but um, what kind of stuff is out there to me that I could look into, or with me being afraid of needles, what kind of like clinical trials and things are out there that I could be a part of and help
Yeah.
with finding cures for this disease or finding other kind of treatments and things.
Do you
So yeah.
um Eric was asking, do we think it's helpful for those outside of the community to help spread awareness of the disease?
Absolutely. I think the more people that are talking about it, the more known it will get. And the more people who know about it, the more uh, people who are looking into it, the more people who are doing these scientist things and finding cures and treatments and things. And, I wish that Huntington's was just as well known as any other kind of like cancer that's out there. It's a tough disease and it affects a lot of people. I just wish more people knew about it. So I definitely think that the more people that talk about it, even if they're not, um, their families are not affected, would definitely help.
Has it impacted how people? Hold on one second. Um, Chaotic is saying, as someone who is kinda an outsider to this, hearing y'all stories has been educational. Still wrapping my head around it all. I can only imagine being someone diagnosed with HD. Um, Thanks for sharing that, Chaotic. I mean, it means a lot hearing somebody that is kind of an outsider, um, pull something from what we talk about here and experience. You were talking a little bit earlier about sharing your results with people. Um, do you feel like any of that has impacted the way people have interacted with you?
Oh, just fell off another tall building. I would say so far no. Um, the like first people that I told were like people close to me or people that I thought would kind of take the news well.
Mm-hmm.
And they luckily have not treated me any differently or anything. It's like become more, a part of our conversations that we have day to day, which is nice. That it's like more of open conversation, someone that I could be upfront with, like, yeah, I'm having to deal with this thing or that thing, or life's crazy. But with like, the most recent people that I told at work, they were kind of like, oh, what can we do for you? And it was like, nothing. I just wanted you to know so that whenever I need to like take time off to go to the doctor or something, like you guys kind of understand, like that there's no like, oh, if I have to go to the doctor on some random day and it's a day where it's like already we're short staffed, like stinks, but I need to go to the doctor.
Right.
So like just kind of saying like I'm gonna put my health first, or like I'm gonna put my medical needs first, and just telling them that that's what I'm planning to do. They were definitely like, you know, some people get this look in their face and you're like, don't you cry, don't you do it.
Were you really nervous to talk to your like employer about this?
Absolutely, absolutely. I was so worried that um, it's not affecting me today, but I was so worried that just them knowing about this thing would cause them to suspiciously look into my employment and this or that, or make it more challenging for me in the future somehow. Luckily, my employer seems very understanding, and with doctor's appointments and things, I was kind of like, hey, I might have to take PTO here or there, or take a day that might not be super great to have off, but I might need it. And she was very understanding, and you know, like she is also understanding in the sense that she doesn't want it to take up all my PTO. Like she was like, we will figure this out. You're not gonna use all your time for doctor's appointments or this or that. Like I'll make sure you still have vacations, you still have time. So it's nice to know that she's willing to work with me through this. But it was definitely scary because I was just so worried of, are these people going to think that I am less than? Are these people, come the future, if I start showing symptoms, are these people going to pick up on it? And then is that going to be a problem? Or is it going to be, I want to work my job as long as I can, but I also know at some point my job's not going to be a possibility for me, but I don't want it to end earlier than necessary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What we talked a little bit about hope for the future and cure and stuff like that, but um, on the flip side of that, what is your biggest fear for the future and having and just facing HD?
Yeah, I think my biggest fear is, our with our dad, he ended up in a nursing home. And it was like we went and visited when we could, but it was really challenging, being college students, finding time when you're becoming young adults. It can be really hard. And so my biggest fear is kind of that. It's like ending up in that scenario where I'm put in long-term care, and it feels like no one either visits or no one has time or anything like that, and that's my biggest fear. I don't really want to be at that point, which is why I think I'm so much if there's anything I can do to put it off, I will when I want to. Because I guess that's, it was hard after I found out my results and going and visiting my dad at the nursing home, because it was very much looking myself in the mirror like, this will be me one day and this is crazy. So yeah, I'm fearful to end up exactly like that. I don't want I'm also afraid of symptoms onset. You look at all the different kind of symptoms you can get. What's the word I'm looking for? The ones that affect your brain. It can change your personality. Those scare me because in some of the things that I've been reading, that HD books and things, it talks about how the person who has these things doesn't really know, isn't catching on to what is going on, or to movements if they're having the cora. And so I just don't want to change so much where people have a hard time seeing me as me anymore, or it's something like that. It's just hard to face a future of I know who I am today is not who I will be in the future.
Well, you have a lot of people around you who really care about you, and that that's one of the most important steps is having that support and having those people that can be your voice when that time comes, and um, helping always to remind you of who you are.
Man, it would have been better if that was a boogie bomb. Yeah, jiggy with it.
Like I said, thank you, Hailey, for being so open and honest about your journey.
Of course.
Um,
You know,
what we haven't really touched on the advocacy piece and like being involved. You know, you talked a little bit about Game Over HD and like being a part of this group and how it's helped, um, and we talked a little bit about like early on and going and meeting up with support groups and stuff. But what's a moment that really stands out for you as far as like, did you
just got sniped. He's on this roof. Oh no. He's trying to kill me. Oh.
laser beams?
Wow, what the heck?
But how did you start to get involved with the HD community?
Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like when you felt like you were sort of, I don't know, air quotes, making an impact, or, you know, speaking up, or where was that marker for you?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that for my high school senior project, I did a presentation about Huntington's disease and a fundraiser. And I don't think I would have been able to do all that without I was fortunate enough to go to a HD Yo camp.
Do you remember when that was or where that was?
Oh my gosh. The year was either, oh God, what was the year? I still have my t-shirt from then, which is so funny to me. But it was in Maryland. I think I met Erica there.
Okay.
And a few other people. Yes. So I went to this camp when I was like, I don't know, 16, 17, it's probably 16. And it was in Maryland, and little me traveled by myself, scary. And that was like such a huge impact on me, because it was like, it was getting to be around other people who were coming from HD families, who knew what you were experiencing. And that was crazy to find out at that age, because it felt so like no one knows what I'm going through, no one else is experiencing this thing. Even in the support group that we went to around that age, it was like, you know, a bunch of older people. Like, there were no other kids at this support group. And so it was like, wow, no one, like, this is a one of a kind experience. And really going to the HD camp, it was like, no, wait, there are so many other kids who are going through the same thing, or, you know, are growing up quicker than they should be, or are caring for a parent when it's not usually how it goes. And so that was so life-changing for me, of like, oh wow, this impacts so many more people, and so many more people just get it. So I think with that, it made it much easier for me to find ways to talk about it, to raise awareness. It made me more confident in doing it for my senior project because I did a presentation in front of probably 100, at least 100 people,
Ooh.
about HD, and then did a fundraiser, and that was interesting to put on, but it was like my way of being able to give back and help, um, even at a young age. So, um, I think I did a bowling event. How good for HD people, you know? So little old dad's hobbling up to the lane,
That's
using
awesome.
the little kid pushy thing, so that way you don't drop your bowling ball down the gutter, and all the gutter what are they called, the
The guards.
bumpers, whatever. Yeah, those are up. um, but yeah, I think that camp really helped me find how to put things into words and how to feel more comfortable talking about what was going on, and that it wasn't such a like um yes, it's a unique experience being an HD family, but that it wasn't like as unique as I had thought it was at that time.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who are hesitant to get involved?
Hesitant?
Yeah.
I guess figure out like what you want. What do you want to gain from
Mm.
being involved? Is it you want to know more about it? Because then maybe you get really involved in the education days or the conferences and things. Is it that you want to have a place where you can comfortably talk about it? Then finding the right kind of support group for you. Um, I touched on earlier that this is kind of like a nice level of support group for me because it's not like a heavy, we're in a room, doors closed, oval table, all sitting around talking about our feelings. Um, but it's an open and comfortable space to be able to talk about it whenever you need to. And so finding what you like out of a support group or out of the HD world, because it's all different. As a kid, I was really looking for education. How can I educate? How can I um, find out what is happening to my dad? What is this thing that I've never heard of? How can I make myself feel more comfortable with what I am navigating? And now it's more about, I want support. I want to feel like I'm not alone in my journey, that there are other people who are experiencing the same things or feel the same way, and that, I'm not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's like no one in the same neighborhood as me who has it, so I can't just walk over to somebody's house and be like, hey, we're the same. But it's like all these people out there are going through the same thing. And so it's nice to be able to, wow, my brain just shut off. What
You're
were
fine.
we talking about?
You were talking about feeling like people are having a similar journey or impacted in a similar way. You're talking about how you can't just like walk down the street and say like, "Oh, you and I are going through the same thing." Um,
Yes. Yeah, for me, this group is my support, with being able to talk to other people who know about it and what's going on. And personally, for me, with getting a positive result, I have found it really hard to like do my own research on things. It's something that I am working on, but I have found it really helpful for like my family if they come across any kind of article that they think has some positive news, sending it to me, or preparing for these appointments that I have coming up. Like my brother H, he really helped with finding certain doctors or things like that, because for me, doing the research really feels like facing reality. which I know sounds probably funny. But it's like, yes, I know that I have it, but when I'm reading about it, it's like, oh my God, it gets overwhelming, I guess. And so versus other people being able to like weed out the stuff that's like, oh yeah, this is a thing, but it's not like at a super good point right now, or um, here's this doctor and I have to look through 50 doctors to find one. Like it's been really helpful to have other people help me in navigating um all of that. Wow, rude bush. Um Ow. So I really think if you're hesitant to get involved, it's just about finding what you're looking for. Um and whatever you think is going to be the most helpful and beneficial for you.
Yeah, Erica made a really good point. She said that is such an important point, Hailey, utilizing your support network to help spread out, air quotes, all the work or facing the reality side. Yeah, that's why people are there. Hey, I don't have the emotional energy to do this thing right now. Can you help me accomplish this? Can you help me find out about this? But I think one thing that like people, I'm trying to find the right word here, because underestimate isn't really the right word, but one thing that people don't maybe initially realize is how much courage it takes to ask for that support.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that piece alone is huge. It's really easy to be like, oh yeah, ask somebody to look this thing up or ask somebody to find out about this thing, but to asking for help is a very vulnerable thing to do, and takes a lot of courage. And our society doesn't do a great job of highlighting the importance of asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
Erica said yes, so much courage and more strength, taking care of yourself and burning yourself out. Yeah.
I also know that, like, with our mom, I don't know if you had the same experience, but I had talked to our mother recently about our mother. She was like, wanting to, I guess, tell me something that she had found online, but she was nervous about telling me, and she's like, you don't seem to talk about it. You don't seem to, when we're all together, and I'm like, well, yes, it's a thing that impacts my life, but I also don't want it to, like, be the only thing.
Yeah, you don't want it to be the
like,
gravitational pull
yeah,
of your existence.
Like, yes, I want to make sure that I'm preparing myself and educating myself, but I don't want it to be the one thing that we all talk about when I'm around. Like, I still want to have normal human experiences, um, but I tried to tell her, like, hey, like, if you find something, share it with me. Like, I'm willing to read articles, or, if you find something that you think is helpful to me or important for me to hear or know about, like, share it with me. And she felt like she said she didn't want to do it because she felt like it was going to overwhelm me. And so me saying, hey, it's not, go ahead and feel free to send me things, was like her like switch in her head of like, okay, now whatever I find I can send to her, and like, it's not going to overwhelm her.
Well, good. I mean, that's good for you to have communicated that. That's good for her to have gotten that from you. But at the same time, just making sure that everyone is still okay with the opposite information. It's very important as part of the support system to. I need help.
Are you getting attacked right now? Oh, there's a guy behind you. He's coming for you. I'm
got him for
coming.
70.
Oh, stupid burst gun. Get back here. He's just running to the house.
No.
Where is he?
Grenades are on the back side.
Ow, my body.
He's still running around the house. He's
Back here,
running
you
back
son
side
of
of
a
the house.
gun. I'm stuck in a tree. What has happened? I'm stuck on a sofa.
I'm in the bathroom right now.
We're playing like Ring Around the Rosie. Tell me if you hear him coming.
Chaotic said, we as humans will go out of our way to not ask for help, so having that group you can lean on is essential. It really is. Gosh, that scared me. I think
I was worried it was gonna break the walls.
sometimes we don't do a great job of valuing that. Just as human beings.
Oh my god. Okay, he might have revived his teammate, so. Oh, they got a rocket pointing at us. You were saying something about opposite. Oh shoot, there's someone below us.
Two of them. They just took off. Let's chase them.
What did you just jump on?
It's just there's a.
Oh. Was you bad?
How about help me? In the building.
How about
Right there.
communicate?
Got 24 health. I was saying it's just important, like, being a part of the support group, it's also important to respect, like, your wishes. Like, if you'd rather not hear about something, or if you, like, if you express that, hey, this is a sensitive topic for me, it's important that people respect that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, my health is in a bad way.
What did you do?
Well, first came up here by myself, essentially, because you didn't see the launch pad. Then got into the gunfight. Then, as the second guy came around, you were distracted looting the first guy I killed instead of shooting the second guy.
And then I saved your life. You're welcome.
I killed both of them.
Fake news.
You do have an elimination.
Oh look, there's a
Of
thing
course.
here. Oh, I don't have enough. Sad.
Me
Do you have
neither.
enough materials?
What is it?
It's a slurp thingy. It's the stone. 200 stone.
That's metal.
Oh, is that metal? That is metal, isn't it? I know my... What are they called? Elements?
Elements?
Am I wrong?
What'd you say?
I know my periodic table.
Oh my lord.
This is why we said earlier
Iron?
that I have the brains and the brawn.
Yeah, Yep. God, I hope there's health here. Oh, look at that. Ask and you shall receive.
God, I found a campfire.
Ooh, sing the campfire song, Hailey.
Gather around the campfire to sing our happy song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRE I can't spell campfire. It's gonna. Why did you?
I couldn't handle it.
You're rude. Couldn't couldn't handle my singing?
TBF, if we use Avatar: The Last Airbender logic, technically metal is stone. Oh
Facts.
don't validate that shit. Fine.
See, I knew what I was talking about.
Hey, can you carry these?
Carry what?
People are flying in on us.
Ah! Oh, I missed the jump. Oh no.
Shit. Now I'm here by myself. Of course.
Roll. Oh wait. Who's on the roof? Ah! Run for your life.
What's new? My sister leaves me alone. With that logic, blood is water then.
I like where we're headed.
Could you? That's all because you fell down a pit.
What do you mean? You didn't tell me there was a jump before the...
I can't play the game for you.
I need better communication.
Hey! Damn! Ryland's gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Holy shit. Ryland has gifted 40 subs in the channel. That's insane. That's insane. Thank you, Ryland. That's wild, dude. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. I got Thor shaking ass next to me right now. Thanos.
Come here. Do it. Hey. Do it. Do it. Excuse you.
That Thanos is fabulous.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here. It's time.
Damn. Where do you want to go? Your call.
I've never been here before.
Really appreciate y'all coming to hang out with us tonight. This has been... You've never been there before?
It's grayed out for me. I mean, I've probably been there in Fortnite before, but not since now.
This has been a really good stream. Hailey, seriously, thank you for sharing so much tonight. And just being super, super open. That takes a lot of courage, too.
You know, life deals you lemonades, and all you gotta do is squeeze them in your eyeball.
What?
Isn't that the saying?
All I picture is somebody holding lemons with each of their hands and just like squeezing it right into their eyes.
You know,
Thanks,
sometimes
life.
you get dealt the bad hand in life, and you just gotta go head on with it. Squeeze the lemonade, the lemonade from the lemon straight in your eyeballs.
Lemonade eyeballs.
Listen, that's when you know it's getting close to my bedtime.
Oh
when I start talking about lemonade eyeballs.
That's the marker, everybody.
You ever hear me talk about lemonade eyeballs? Cut off. No, but it's been good sharing, you know?
Have you ever shared your story in this way before?
Not. Oh god, I'm lagging really bad. Ooh, hopefully I don't lag out. Not since like my testing journey. Like I was very open about Dad when we were younger and everything like that, but I have not talked about a lot of the things that we talked about tonight. But, you know, I just hope that somebody hears what I'm saying and just gets that, like, someone else gets what they're going through, or, you know, it might be tough what you're experiencing, but really all you could do is face it. And whether that's, you know, people have their own ways of preparing for things, and, you know, me trying to prepare for things a little earlier than symptoms might show might be different than somebody else. But you know, there's no right or wrong way to deal with Huntington's. So yeah, just
I
letting
like
people know that there's different ways, different journeys.
I like that there's no right or wrong way. That, we spend a lot of time comparing ourselves to people, but I mean everybody's situation is different. You know, it's similar. We are super honored to have you share these moments with us. Your outlook is really important for others to hear. It's true. It's very true. Now let's go get in this gunfight.
Get one last dub.
Let's go get in this gunfight. Reload your gun.
What gun?
That's scary.
I just checked them all.
These sound like bots fighting.
He sound like bots while he runs in and dies.
Yeah, probably because you get distracted by some box over
If
there.
they're bots, you shouldn't need me. Unless you're not that good.
They're definitely bots. They're running sideways.
You're welcome. Dang, why does the bot have all the good guns?
I don't know. Half pot. Can't carry it. Actually, I can carry it. Much love, gonna call out tonight. Truly inspiring the courage and ability to go on with life with an optimistic attitude. It's great with sharing a very serious and heartfelt topic. You can find times to laugh. Thanks, Rylan. Really appreciate you being here, man. I mean, yeah, not everybody knows this, but Rylan's an OG. He's an OG friend, and shared a lot of memories together, and will continue to do so. Hey, don't get caught in the storm. Have a good night, brother. OG friend of the channel too. Absolutely, yeah. Day one supporter, for real.
Maryland.
Night, brother. So I guess you didn't kill those bots back there, right? So they're still behind us.
Listen, bud,
They might
they
surprise
were
us.
fighting a different team, and then they ran the opposite direction. So maybe if my teammate was with me,
The storm's good.
we were
They're
going the
bots.
same direction.
They're gonna
then we
die
could've-
to the storm.
There's a person. There he is. He's right there.
I see.
In the house. Oh no, my game.
It's definitely a bot. I think bots always have laser beams. Oh, Ooh.
Bingo.
Maybe it wasn't a bot. I don't know. Sure seemed like a bot. Just how quick they locked onto me. No, they're watching me.
Oh my god, they were a real person.
If it ain't me, it's bad, bad, stack my dough, bad bread, I'm on a rolling bag, gas, by the acid. Straight to the top, to the top, to the top, we drive. Show them who we are, who we
I'm just gonna start a band. I can sing like that.
Hey. Oh, yeah. This beat's sick. Oh. Our band name is the Lemonade Eyeballs.
Yes. And every time before a show, we squeeze lemonade into our
my
eyeballs.
God. Yeah, I like to play my show blind and in pain.
You gotta do it on stage too. Give the audience what they want.
Ouch.
Yes, that meme right there, that photo, that is exactly us. Ready to go first. I survived,
What?
sucker. I survived.
Get y'all a collab with Lemonade Mouth. Y'all will definitely be the headliner.
Hey, yo, Lemonade Mouth is where it's at.
We just squeezing lemonade into our eyeballs. Lemonade Mouth is like, alright, anyway. We're just.
Oh my god. Are we a screamo band then? Just our screams of pain.
It's gotta be at least rock.
Everybody brings lemonade to squeeze into their own eyeballs.
This sounds horrible. It sounds like the worst experience ever. Worst concert I've ever been to.
Do you think they'll let us play at Coachella?
Yeah, probably. They'll be like, this is weird and different. We'll take this. You see somebody?
Yeah. There's a man over on that hill next to that tree. Maybe two men. I can't tell. I ain't got my glasses on.
What?
Can't see without my glasses.
My glasses. Can we get up there?
There's a zip line over here. Oh, you got up it. Well, now you're gonna be like, I ran into the team and Hailey was not next to me. Coming up the zips, it's gonna make noise.
Oh, they're on the roof. I shit. You see him?
There was one in that window. Oh,
I'm
yep,
gonna
they're on the
call
roofy
Hailey
roof.
to claim this show. You want to pop at him?
Sure, why not?
Oh shit. Ooh, they got sniper rifles.
I do not got a sniper rifles. But you know what we do have? The high ground.
Anakin, I've got the beard! Oh my gosh, rockets.
Our building broke.
I downed one.
Comes another rocket.
Shoot it out, shoot
Where's
it
he
out.
down at? Over there?
He's in that doorway, right where that guy's at.
I don't see him. He might have crawled down the stairs, I guess.
Nah, his teammate just picked him up.
Oh,
Corner.
way back there. I'm gonna go.
You're
They're back
going?
there in that corner. I said, where they gonna go?
They still have
They're
sniper
gonna
rifles
jump.
and
They're on a
stuff.
launch pad. They
They're
just
running
jumped. They're
away.
in the air. Yeah, that's right. You better run. I only have 15 AR bullets.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good thing they ran.
Yeah, let's go to a different building and find some bullets. I know they say experience life, but not everything needs to be experienced. Very true. Lemonade and eyes can take a backseat on the experience train.
Are you sure about that?
Faux
It's like
show.
skydiving. You gotta try once.
Faux shizzle.
If you're not living on the edge, you're not doing it right.
That is something completely different than the edge.
If you're not living every day with a little bit of pain, you're not doing it right.
A little bit of pain. My back hurts. I'm almost 30. That's enough.
Maybe we'll save the lemonade and the eyeballs for the younger generations.
Yeah, somebody put a good hand. Okay, I'm running the wrong direction.
Don't worry, I found 10 whole bullets. It won't let me jump out the window. Yes, I love my new emote. In your chat. You know the meme that's like I think it's the dog like sipping coffee or tea or something in a burning house. And he's like, "This is fine."
Yeah.
That's me.
Chaotic said how I feel after applying lemonade to eyes.
Must find eye wash station.
That just means you're weak.
If you're not eat, sleep, and breathing, eliminate eyes.
You
You're
must
doing
be
it
a
wrong.
beta. That'd be some dumb shit somebody would say. Ooh, shots fired up on the hill.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you a monkey?
Yes.
Oh, a guy's sliding straight towards us.
Ooh, still coming towards the
He
stage.
just fall to
Keep
his
the,
doom?
Keep the high ground. Keep the high ground. Because that second team is pushing from the
Yeah, they are.
up at the tree. lit that guy up. He's white health. Whoa.
The one up the hill?
Yeah, up the hill. There's also a guy to the right. I also hit him for white health.
Ow, my body. Oh, shoot. Ah.
I've hit him so many times, Hailey.
And I knocked him. You're welcome. Oh, no, there's another one. Help.
Oh,
Watch out, snipers.
shit.
No,
Don't move, don't
move,
move.
move,
I'm
move,
fine,
move,
I'm
move.
fine, I'm fine. I'm not fine, I'm not fine. Ugh.
Oh, you know what? I bet lemonade does improve eyesight. They're gonna give me an award one day.
There's so much stuff over here, Hailey.
Yeah, but there's also a sniper staring at me.
Just run through it. Or try and grab what you
Run,
need.
run.
Yes, my palms are. Oh, rockets! Run. I think they're like those remote controlled rockets.
Oh no, that's not good. Run. Run, Forrest, run. Go to the zip straight ahead. Palms are definitely sweaty. I already have vomit on my sweater
What?
already.
How'd that get there? Go run left, go run left.
Dinner. I thought you just like actually built in no build, and I was very impressed.
Do you need any ammo?
No, I'm
you need
fine. I got
rockets?
72 AR. Nah, I ain't got anything for rockets. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
I had 500.
That's where all the AR bullets went.
Don't start shooting. There's no reason
I
to.
will
They don't even know where we're at
Take
right
my
now.
finger
And they have
away
the high
from my
ground.
trigger. We should just
We
stay
got-
here
we got
till the
people
drum
right here.
closes.
We got people right there.
Careful with your snipey snipe.
Oh my gosh. I hope they don't get circled up there again. That would really suck.
I hope not. I hope it comes towards us. There's someone landing
people
up
are
on.
flying in on them. That could be
Get
good.
'em! Mess 'em up! There's 4 teams, 8 people. Oh god, was there someone to our left? Someone's to our
Yes,
left too.
yep.
Oh! Okay,
They're going up.
I'm ziplining. Are they going up there? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
they
they're gonna have to come
circle,
down.
Circle means come down now. So they're good.
5 people.
Ooh, wee. Hey, chat. You think we're gonna win this or not?
Oh, now you jinxed it.
So, anyways, I started blasting. Pow, 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 pow. Oh, another zip.
Yep, one's going up. They're fighting up on the mountain.
They're gonna have to come down though. I don't know what they're doing. All right, move to the house.
I don't know. Okay, there's still 5 people left. They built a campfire up top. I think they're shooting at the single.
I don't like not having a way out.
Oh, the single's behind us. Watch out. But get you. He's out there to the right.
Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Let them get in a fight.
He's literally sitting there. He might approach our house. Ooh.
Yep. Time to fight, Hailey.
They're way up there. Hang on. Let them come down.
They in the storm?
Unless they slid down the mountain. But I don't know.
On me, on me, on
What
me.
happened to communication?
Oh, let's go! I knew it was the last guy. We were fine. Hey! Last game done. Ooh, you see it? You see it? Where's the stats? Where do I see the stat sheet? Hailey, where's the stat sheet?
Press, go back to your pause, whatever, your victory royale.
How do you do that?
What did you do? Where
didn't
is
do
it?
anything.
It popped up and then you got rid of it. I killed 5 people. Press pause or X? I don't know.
My game broke.
It didn't want to show you the reality of me doing better than you.
Alright, let me return to lobby. I can probably review last game stats. Look at that. Oh! Dab on him. Right at 10:03. Look at the timing.
Crushed it.
How do I view last?
I don't think you can.
Sure you
I don't
can.
think that's a thing. I don't think you understand Fortnite.
Every other game lets you do that. Every other.
Yeah, this is Fortnite.
Great. No. Parental controls. What the? All right, everybody. That concludes our first of many, and I mean it when I say this, many celebratory eyeball lemonade. No. Our first of many Storytime Game Over HD streams this month. This is May, the HD Awareness Month. So we're here trying to do something a little bit different. Tell some stories, share some stories, hear from people that haven't been on stream with us before or have and just haven't shared, you know, some more of their personal side. Let's continue to show everybody that comes on these streams some massive support, because this takes a lot of courage, and what Hailey did tonight takes a lot of courage, and we need to support people who are willing to be courageous and share their stories and step out of their shell and make themselves vulnerable. And it's the only way that we can spread this information and bring more awareness and advocate for those people who can't advocate for themselves. Really, really appreciate everybody that stuck around tonight and hung out, and I mean, it just means a lot. It means a lot, and I feel very thankful to be able to bring you all this first one with my sister. And Hailey, thank you. I love you a lot, and I'm glad that we get to be here together. Again, thanks everybody for coming out. Love you all. It's going to be a great month, so please keep an eye out on all the socials. We've got a lot of action that we're going to bring you. So, until next time.